Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Darth Cinema, and the announcement has finally come after a leak from GameStop. Injustice 2 is officially happening. So, guys, I am very, very excited about Injustice 2. The Injustice 1 was, in my honest opinion, I was actually out working in Virginia when the game came out. And I was with a roommate. We were actually getting some groceries at a nearby Target where we lived, and he saw a copy of Injustice Gods Among Us. And now I wasn't really big into fighting games at that time, but he pestered and convinced me to end up buying a copy of the game, and Injustice has become one of my favorite fighting games ever since, and it has got me back into the genre as a whole. I've played MK9, I've played MKX, I've played Street Fighter, and I play the hell out of Injustice. So the great thing about Injustice, I'll first gonna say, the trailer's fantastic. I absolutely love the idea of this new gear system that they're putting in. But the main purpose of this video is probably what everyone else is doing, but I'm going to do it to a slightly more interesting degree. We all have our own characters that we want to see join the roster of Injustice. It seems, based on Ed Boon's tweets and information at NetherRealm, that they're kind of ignoring the comic book continuity of Injustice, because certain characters that he's polling have already been dead for a while, and certain characters that have been announced for the game, like Supergirl, have already been dead. So I'm going with through this list with the impression that the comic book is not canon and that these characters are all up for fair game, just which ones I'd like to see. So, guys, we're gonna go down the list right now. And this is in no particular order. This is just kind of stuff that I would feel like I would like to see, and will really shake up the game, and would make it a little bit more interesting to not just have the old mainstays, and we could have a lot of new fighters in there as well. So, first person on my list right now I have is Booster Gold. I'm not gonna lie, I am not that familiar with Booster Gold as a character. He's not really one that I've seen in a while, but it's just one of those characters that I think everyone has been rooting for, that he gets at least some love in the TV shows, in the movies, and I think with Injustice 2, we really have a way to use Booster Gold to a very, very good advantage, seeing that he can actually incorporate with the gear system, and we can get some really good tech for him. It doesn't really feel out of place, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the comments for the Injustice trailer were, why does Superman need armor? He doesn't really need armor if he's facing all of these heroes from the Injustice Earth, but let's continue. Coming up next on the list is Jonah Hex. Now, this is going to be an odd one, and before you click off the video, let me explain. I actually got this idea because I was thinking about Mortal Kombat X, and one particular character, and you're probably all thinking it, is Aaron Black. Aaron Black quickly became a favorite in the Mortal Kombat X community. The character is fantastic, and I love the way he plays, and it's very similar kind of in style to Jonah Hex. And before you say, no, I am not taking into account the fact that the Jonah's in a different timeline, like that he's way off into the past and not the present day. This is the DC universe. Time travel's common. These are characters I'd like to see in there. And I really think Jonah Hex's style would work. That kind of quick gunplay is a really good offset to a lot of these other characters. Coming up next is kind of based on the similar theory. I have the Red Hood. Now, a lot of people thought, right in the final shot of the trailer, that we saw the Red Hood. No, that was just another gear system for Batman. So, I would like to see Red Hood, mainly because I think that it was more inspired by Arkham Knight, but that kind of dual guns, and it's kind of a mix of, say, Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat X and Batman's fighting style from Injustice 1. I think that mix would work very well, and it would be really interesting to bring him along. Not much on that, because Jonah Hex and Red Hood, I kind of throw in the same one, but there's two characters, so here we go. Coming up next, we have Starfire. Guys, Teen Titans is one of my favorite cartoon series, and the Titans are one of my favorite groups. They're not my favorite superhero group. Young Avengers actually comes number one for that one, but from the TV show, Starfire is an amazing character, and her own powers would work very, very well, because when you look at the whole grand scheme of Injustice, we didn't have that many cosmic heroes, not many space-bound heroes. We obviously had Green Lantern and Sinestro, but we didn't really have a lot of other characters that pushed into new territory, and I think Starfire can really bring that, because she can hold her own against a lot of these heroes. I mean, well, I'm talking comic book wise, but still, Starfire, make it happen. Ed Boon, please. I think we all just want to see Starfire. Anyway, coming up next is one that fans of the CW show Legends of Tomorrow will certainly be happy about: Firestorm. Now, I did not know about Firestorm at all until watching The Flash and DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and watching that makes me want to play as Firestorm. Firestorm's nuclear and transmutation abilities definitely can be exploited here. You have an entire barrel of creative energy that Firestorm can bring to the table. He could also be a nice ranged combat, like you have, I'm thinking of it in similar ways to Scorpion's fire attacks, would definitely work when we're talking about how Firestorm can use his abilities. The next character I have up is Cheetah. Now, the reason I put Cheetah in is kind of for a simple reason. Yeah, she's fast and she's more of a close quarters person, but you think, well, we had Catwoman in the last game. Why would we need her? I honestly think we don't have that many Wonder Woman villains in the Injustice game. We pretty much just had Ares, and that was it. I'd like to see some more villains from other heroes, and not simply just Batman and Superman's rogues. While they do have some of the largest rogues galleries in the DC universe, there are certainly more that we can explore. And though I'm going to sound hypocritical saying that, but with my next choice, but that's neither here nor there. Let's continue. Coming up next is Ra's al Ghul. Now, Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce it. I usually pronounce it Ra's al Ghul. Anyway, I am actually certain that this character will appear in the game, given the dialogue that the narrator is saying in the Injustice reveal trailer, mostly with the line, "Every time I emerge from the pit, I am reborn." I honestly think that this is Ra's al Ghul talking at this point. I'll be very surprised if it isn't, but there we go. I think Ra's al Ghul's close quarter fighting would be really, really good if you kind of make it on par with Batman. We have a lot of superheroes that use ranged attacks in Injustice, so it's really nice if we can get some really good close quarter fighting up there, because I would love a good Ra's al Ghul versus Batman, or Ra's al Ghul versus Flash. That would be a fantastic matchup, and I think everyone would want to see that. Coming up next, we have Black Hand. Again, another inspiration for Mortal Kombat X. Mostly, kind of a mix of Quan Chi and also the, what was it? We had the, I keep forgetting some of these Mortal Kombat character names. There was the Summoner, for Scorpion. Man, it's been so long since I played Mortal Kombat X, because I traded that in, but, what is it? I'm going to actually pause, and I'm going to look this up. Hold on. It was Kenshi. Kenshi, that was the right one. So, Kenshi. All these three characters had similar moves that allowed them to summon minions. And I really think Black Hand would be a really good choice. I mean, hell, Atrocitus has already been confirmed for Injustice 2 by NetherRealm Studios. We know 3 new characters: Kara, or Supergirl, Atrocitus, the Red Lantern, and we also have Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd is one that I'm really happy for. He's mainly taking that tank role that we know Solomon Grundy and Doomsday had in the first one. I still hope Doomsday comes back, because Doomsday was a pretty good fighter overall, and I'd love to see what we could do for him, but don't know how he'd fit within the gear system, but we'll figure that out when we come to it with new gameplay. The next one is Darkseid. So yeah, Darkseid has already been implemented within the Injustice mobile game. and he looks awesome. And I honestly think that Darkseid can be used within the main game, seeing as how at least I haven't seen it. I kind of dropped out of Injustice after year 1, but I know that it's a very fantastic book. I'm actually planning on catching up with that, even though it might not be canon. It's one of the few good books that DC Comics is putting out. At least, except for Rebirth. I heard Rebirth was actually really, really good. Darkseid is one of those characters that I think we've all wanted to see, because the New Gods are really just kind of larger than life figures, and I think it would be awesome. Like, we kind of stepped it up. We're fighting Superman. How do you step up fighting Superman as kind of the big bad of Injustice 2? You could have him teaming up with Darkseid, and I would love to see, honestly see that, because you'd be surprised what a desperate man like Superman will do in his quest for vengeance against Batman. So, the last one I have is a personal one for me, because I've really wanted to see this character. I really hoped that he would be a DLC character in Injustice 1. I really hoped so, but he wasn't. And that would be Dr. Fate. Yeah, guys, we need some Dr. Fate in here, because Dr. Fate is one of the few characters that I believe currently is alive in the Injustice comics, and he definitely has a lot of power that can be used in Injustice. I mean, we saw how well Zatanna fit in, and how she was able to use her magic in the fights, and how her moveset worked. It'd be really awesome to see Dr. Fate, which have that cranked up to 11, and see what he could do with that. And for the gear system, it's easy. You could have magical artifacts that would increase his power. That alone just gets me really excited for this game. So, obviously, guys, it's been a while since I've uploaded videos, so I'm really sorry for that. Life's been kind of hectic. Still need a computer repair, because it's just taking forever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little fan wish list of who I'd like to see for Injustice 2. Obviously, I'm going to be very happy, regardless of what they give us for the roster, because I do know NetherRealm loves adding new characters in post-launch. So that's going to be fantastic. Also, guys, head to Ed Boon's Twitter right now, because there is currently a poll running. Depending on when you watch this, this is uploaded on June 8th. He currently has a poll going on right now on which of 3 characters you'd like to see in Injustice. Injustice 2, anyway. He has Captain Cold from The Flash. He has Swamp Thing from Swamp Thing. And he has Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is currently in the lead with 38%. And Swamp Thing is followed behind with 35%. And I believe Captain Cold is with 27%. I voted for Captain Cold personally, because I love the TV show The Flash, and I really cannot wait to see what NetherRealm Studios has in store for us with Injustice 2. So, my name is Darth Cinema, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, slap the like button, because we will have more content coming out soon. Ruby is going to be coming out relatively soon, actually, during the end of the summer. We will know soon from RTX whether and when the release date will be, and I will keep you updated with more information on that as it comes out. In the meantime, I'll be covering Injustice, because I love the game, and this is a dream come true for me, that I'll be able to play this on my next-gen system. So, anyway, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you later.